Hello?
Miss Lestico, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for math!
Yay!
Hey, first grade, welcome to math.
That's right. We have something super fun to do today to help us identify those attributes of our 3D shapes.
Well, Miss Lestico, what's our target for this super fun day?
Our target says I can build 3D shapes using their attributes.
Ooh, I know we've learned a lot about 3D shapes, Miss Lestico, when we talked about their attributes like vertices, edges, faces. How are we going to build these?
Well, if we know what 2D shape our faces are, then we can build that. And then if we know how many edges that 3D shape has, then we can go ahead and make sure how many edges we already have, how many we need to add. And for vertices, then we have to make sure that all of those points connect or our edges connect to make sure that we have enough vertices.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here's the first shape, Miss Lestico. What is it?
Ooh, okay. I'm recognizing some square faces. I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. Oh, that would make this a cube.
It is a cube, Miss Lestico. Now, you pointed at each of the vertices. I think we should mark each of those vertices. That way we remember, hey, that is a vertice.
Okay, so I'm going to use just circling the corner or the point where my edges come together. So I see 1 vertice right here, 2 right here, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and I can't forget about those vertices in the back, because just because you can't see them on the other side of the object doesn't mean they're not there.
That's right.
So then we have 7 and 8.
So that's all 8 vertices that a cube has, and I like how Miss Lestico pointed out. It's where those edges come together. It's not just where there's a point.
Well, so then how many vertices? There are 8 vertices on our cube.
Okay.
Well, how many sides are there?
Well, sides or edges, well, those are the straight lines where the faces stop. I know a face is that flat surface. Let me see if we can mark each side on this cube. I'm just going to do it with a little tick mark on each side so I make sure I count it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, and now, Miss Lestico, I can't forget the ones from the other side. 10, 11, 12.
Oh, that was some
That is
really
a
good
lot.
tick marks, Miss Lime.
Thank you.
And I like how you knew that this line right here went all the way down. This counts as 1. Just because there's another piece of the cube or another edge dividing it, it doesn't mean these are 2 separate pieces. That is still one long edge. Be really careful when you're looking at those 3D shapes when they're drawn.
So I had a total of 12 sides or 12 edges.
Well, Miss Lime, how would we build a cube?
Okay, well, Miss Lestico, let's try this together. I'm going to use some Play-Doh. I know you could probably use like marshmallows or even gummy bears or something, but I want to use some Play-Doh.
Okay. Well, our Play-Doh would probably represent our vertices, because we're going to need something to stick together those edges. That's what a vertice is.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and make, let's see, I have 8 vertices. I'm going to make 8 little tiny spheres of Play-Doh.
Well, then I have some popsicle sticks, and you could use toothpicks or straws maybe, but we just have popsicle sticks here, and these would represent my sides, because as you can tell, they are flat and long, and so they would be my sides of my object. And I know that a cube has 12 sides, so I'm going to get 12 popsicle sticks so that we can build our cube.
I have my little bits now that are going to represent the vertices, and I'm going to start by building a square, because I know that cubes have square faces. So I'm going to take a popsicle stick, put my vertice on it, and see, now it can stick together, okay? So I'm going to build the base of this cube.
Okay, and well, I know that a cube is made up of all square faces, and so we wouldn't just have one square face. Let me see it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square faces. faces. And so we're going to need another one of these square faces for sure.
So here's the first square face for our cube.
Let's see.
I know it's 3D, Miss Lustico, means it's a solid shape, so I'm going to stand it up.
It's got to have some dimension. It's got to be able to lift something off the ground to be a 3D shape.
And because we're just building this with Play-Doh and popsicle sticks, it might be a little wobbly and not super, super stable, but that's okay.
We have another square face, Miss Lime. We're going to really carefully put it on here, smush the Play-Doh together. The Play-Doh is nice to use because you can like form it to however big or small you need it to be.
All right, Miss Lustico. Here is our cube. And we did it. We used our vertices and our sides to help us build a cube. What's this shape, Miss Lustico?
Well, what I'm noticing about this shape is I see two triangle faces right here. And then I see a few rectangular faces. And well, that means that this would be a triangular prism.
Oh my goodness, Miss Lustico. I totally agree. It looks like that candy bar, but tilted on its side, or like a tent, but standing up.
That's right.
Let's see if we can find the vertices. I'm going to look for those this time, Miss Lustico.
Okay.
Okay, I remember a vertice is that point where two or more edges are coming together. Ooh, well, that's a few edges coming together. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, now Miss Lustico, that's not really a vertice because it's just showing you what the shape looks like. I know that this is a 3D shape, so that's not really a vertice. So I have 5, 6. I have 6 vertices for this triangular prism.
Well, then let me figure out how many sides we have. And we know those sides are those flat edges that, well, when you put them together, make the vertices. Let's see. I have 1 right here. I have another one right here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I know there should be 3 on each side for my triangles, and then 3 for the 2 sides and the top.
Great job, Miss Lustico. I like how you also didn't get tricked down here. You knew that at the bottom that was just 1 line or 1 edge.
That's right. Well, we had 9 sides and 6 vertices, so we can use that to build our 3D shape, right?
Ooh, let's see who can build a triangular prism. Wow, Miss Lustico. That was kind of tricky to build, but here is my triangular prism.
Oh, wow, and here is my triangular prism, too. You can see those 2 triangle faces, and then you kind of have 2 rectangles, or mine even kind of look like squares on the side.
That's right. If we wanted to, we could have used more popsicle sticks to make it longer, but it was kind of tricky, so we both just kind of made it like this. Let's do one more shape.
Okay, well, the next shape that we have is what, Miss Lime?
Miss Lustico, it looks like a pyramid. And you know what? I'm going to look at the base. That's that bottom part and see what shape it is. And it looks like a square. So this is a square pyramid. I know it's a square pyramid, Miss Lustico, because it has that base that's a square. And then the rest of the faces are triangles coming up to that last vertex. Remember, one is a vertex, multiple are vertices.
That's right. Well, let me see if I can figure out how many vertices there are in our pyramid. Okay, so I know obviously at the top, this is our vertice, and this is a vertice because these are edges going towards the top. Not all of our shapes with a pointy top have a vertice up there, but a pyramid does. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I can't forget about the one back here that makes that square base. And so I would have 5 vertices.
And Miss Lustico, that is not saying that where those lines are interconnecting right there is a vertex. What we're looking at is the other side of that pyramid, so we can see that.
That's right. I know that for a square, it should have 4 vertices. And so I
Mhm.
know that back here, there should be another area that those edges connect.
Well, let me see if I can find all of those edges and figure out how many edges are in this pyramid, or does this pyramid have. I have 1, 2, 3. I know this full length is 1 edge, so I only need to mark it 1 time. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my square pyramid has 7 edges.
Well, Miss Lime, let's go ahead and build a pyramid.
Okay. Great job, Miss Lestico.
Great job, Miss Lime. But look at that top vertice. And, oh, well, I see my 4 bottom vertices that make that square base.
That's right. And if I wanted to, we could have made it longer to make a rectangle base. I can definitely see these triangle faces on each way I turn it, on each side.
That's right.
Here's our square pyramid.
Well, Miss Lime, I know that that was a few of the 3D shapes that we've learned about, but there are definitely more that we'll be building, and, well, some that we might have a hard time building.
That's right. And you know what, Miss Lestico? All of the shapes that we built today were totally flat. They had those, well, they were solid shapes, but they all had flat surfaces. We have some shapes that have those curved surfaces, which helped them roll.
Oh, that an example of that I know is like our sphere that, well, is in the shape of a giant circle. And this might be really hard to build with popsicle sticks because there are no straight edges in order to build them.
That's right. And when we're using things like popsicle sticks or toothpicks or maybe even pretzels, Miss Lestico, those are in a straight line and they don't curve. So some of our shapes, like the sphere or a cone, are going to be very difficult to create.
That's right. In the classroom, we had Play-Doh. So maybe with your Play-Doh, you could roll it into a ball and that would be your sphere, or use it as your circular base. But you might not be able to use those popsicle sticks for your edges because there are no edges.
Yeah, and that's okay. Today we want to practice building as many shapes as possible using their attributes. So part of that is recognizing, hey, Miss Lestico, I might not be able to make this shape with these items.
That's right, because not all our shapes have the same attributes.
Well, Miss Lestico, I think we should let it be their turn.
It most definitely is. On Seesaw, you have those pages that me and Miss Lime were using to circle the vertices and then count the number of edges. You're going to do that for all of our 3D shapes. Keep in mind, not all of those 3D shapes have edges and vertices for you to circle.
That's right. And then it's going to be your chance to make those shapes. And you can totally take a picture of the shape you make and put it on that page on Seesaw.
There are so many different creative things that you can use to build your shapes. You don't have to use Play-Doh and popsicle sticks like we did. You can use marshmallows, you could use glue, you could use popsicle sticks, you could use toothpicks instead. Be creative, figure out what you have, where you are, and use it to show us what your 3D shapes look like.
We can't wait to see all your 3D shapes. Of course, make sure you click that green check mark when you're done.
Good luck!